Yo, 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 what's good, YouTube? What's good? It's Stormy B Man, and I am back welcoming you to a special edition of Stormy B Man's Boxing Raps. Welcome, everybody. This is not a usual show for me on a Wednesday night, but we had some news come through the pipeline today that kind of jarred the boxing world. So I thought I would come on and share my thoughts and sentiments about this news, and it is of noteworthy consideration. So, welcome everybody, and salute to Von D Gaming out there with that super chat donation. We appreciate you just getting started, and the the whole thing about this, man, is that we're glad to have the news that came in this afternoon. The title of this evening's stream, and I won't hold you too long, it's just that I'm going to share my thoughts as other people are doing as well. And I felt like I wanted to stick my irons in the fire. Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, was honored today, this afternoon, in his hometown, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and with a statue unveiling, a ceremony for him. The news had come out in recent weeks that this would be taking place. This honor would be bestowed upon the former WBC heavyweight champion. And the great thing about this is, it's just as he was saying in several of the interviews that he conducted surrounding this event. And shout out to Tay Jones out there, who was covering the event live, and Blue Blood Sports TV as well. Shout out to the two brothers from the community that were out there on top of this, willing to take their time out to make this available to us, this news, tremendous news. So as Deontay was receiving this honor, he decided to also drop the bombshell that he still has work to do. His symphony is not complete, meaning that his boxing career will resume. Now, with that alone, that news alone, we will be able to see the face of boxing return. That's right. Stormy said it. You heard me talking about the ass of boxing. Okay? But now you're about to see the true face of boxing. It doesn't matter what date the return of the Bronze Bomber arrives. You are going to see the difference. You're going to see the difference in box office. You're going to see the difference in attendance. You're going to see the difference in coverage. Need we say more? Hell yeah, we do. You know why? Because honors and respect should be bestowed upon those who've earned it. Has anyone else earned it like the Bronze Bomber? I think not. What do you think, people? What do you think? We're talking about a man who has now gone the complete circle. He's had success. He's had stumbling blocks. He's had trial, tribulation, setbacks. And now, like the phoenix, he seeks to rise from the ashes. We embrace that because that's part of the cycle. When you talk about warriors completing their process, think about it. All of the greats who have fallen in the past have found a way to come back renewed, reinvigorated, remotivated. And with the challenges that they faced, they didn't just lay down. They didn't just take it in, pack it in, look for the easy path, seeking out franchise back doors. Huh? Yeah, I said it. I said it because it needs to be said. What is going on in the sport? What is going wrong in the sport? You are about to see the sport correct itself. Because even if the Bronze Bomber doesn't have success in his next outing, people are going to be tuning in because they care. They want to see. As he said in his interview with Blue Blood, he's heard from the mighty and the lowly of our society and what they enjoy about what he brings to the sport. He is doing his thing. Just a moment, I'm answering a text here. Yeah, so this is what we have to look forward to. And let me take a moment and go through our roll call to see who's in here to hear what we got to talk about. We starting off with CB Sports TV in the building saying, salute Stormy B, man. Salute to you, CB. Good to see you out there. Shogun 76 is out there saying, what's up, Stormy? I saw Brother Blue and the Champ on Facebook. Yes, sir. PGH Big Dog in the house saying, salute Stormy B, man. Con Shawnery back with us saying, salute Stormy B, man. And the folks in the chat, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz and more in the house saying, salute Stormy B, man. All the other channels are buffering out tonight. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm going to have to adjust some of my settings because it's just kind of acting a little goofy for me as well. But this is not YouTube this time. This is something that I have to identify how to make some adjustments. Con Shawnery is saluting Bruce. Boxing and Barbecue in the building. What's good with you, Boxing and Barbecue? Big homie Coop out there. Salute Seafood Stormy B, man. Back smack the like button, people. Class is in session, so pay attention. Con says, I'm excited. Gnarly Ray is in the building, showing the bombs. And says, speak it, believe it, receive it. Yes, sir. Big homie Coop says, return of the king. Absolutely. Con says, I think I'm excited. I'm all for it. Anthony Bolton in the building saying, salute, Sensei. Boxing is about to get real fun now. Yes, sir. Gnarly Ray says, against all odds. Con says, the heavyweight division needs a comeback right now, too. And Gnarly Ray is saying, Bomb Squad. Yes. Know that this is a fighter who brings excitement because he's not afraid to lay it on the line, to take on whomever. Remember, there were people walking away from the challenge that he would hand down to them. I don't have to name the names. You just know of the contemporaries of which the matches didn't take place. The fact that the Bronze Bomber took some time and decided to dwell on self, which was well-deserved rest. People were talking about how lackluster the heavyweight division is currently. And that was only because we were under the impression he may be done. I embraced the fact that if he wasn't going to return, I was good with it because of how he had been treated, how the sport had received him, and how some people received him. But you can't deny what the sport lacks without his presence. And that's where the joy comes back, because it's what he brings. The knockout in professional boxing is like a home run in a baseball game, a touchdown in a football game, a buzzer beater in basketball. That feeling that you get when those things happen is spontaneous, it's kinetic, it's electric. And nobody in the sport today provides that like this man. And what's even better is he's a people's champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a people's champion. This man hears you. He feels you. He rides the wave of the fans. He rides the wave of the detractors. As a man, he pays attention to those things. He's not running away. He's not telling somebody to get out of his press conference. Huh? He's like, come on and let me show you what I could do. Did you see him today embracing people as he passed them in corridors and everything? All of that was genuine. But as he said many times over, when he gets in that ring to compete with someone, a switch flips. He becomes someone different, the Bronze Bomber, ready to take you out. Not a lot of people like that in the sport today. Not a lot of them. There are some who try to portray themselves as such. But something is just a little bit lacking. He is the type of individual that when he shows and displays his wares, you're moved by it. So today was the statue dedication ceremony. And boy, it looks great, doesn't it? It looks great. I've seen statue likenesses, and some have a resemblance. Some are a little off. Some leave a lot to be desired. But the artist that created this one for him was on point. Very much on point. Did you see him embracing his monument? Did you see him locking up to it, giving it a kiss, putting his head on his shoulder? And he said it himself out of his own mouth. He said, for something like this to take place while you're still alive, he was like, man, this is like bundles and bundles of flowers that you couldn't receive, after death. It's like, that's kind of like what people do. But he said, but when you're alive, I can only imagine where his heart is right now. The adornment, the respect. But I got a question for you people. Where was Mauricio Suleiman? Yeah. Huh? Oops. Facts come out. Huh? Just like when you try to hide something in your pocket and the pocket got a hole in it and it drops out the bottom and you hear it on the floor and you're trying to look around. Did anybody see that? Yeah. Suleiman had been mentioning Deontay recently, and it's not because he spoke to him and knew what his plans and ambitions were. It was with the hope that this man could come back and resurrect the division where he competed and where they conspired. But you see, cream rises to the top. Shit floats to the bottom of the toilet. Huh? Yeah. How about that? This man is deserving of what he received today. And if he decides that he wants to come back because his book isn't finished being written, more power to him. I'm excited. I have a show that I call Turning the Page in Boxing History. And I would love to add to the pages of the legend of Deontay Wilder. Because win, lose, or draw, you know you are going to be entertained tremendously. Salute to Rashid Rourke out there. I see you. He says, peace, my brother, the Wiseman, Stormy B, man. Peace and respect to everyone. Drew Titan LLC in the building saying, yes, sir. Albert Doherty is out there saying, salute, Stormy B, man. Dwayne Jones saying, bless up from the mighty ATL. I see you brothers out there. Anthony Bolton, I see you. Boxing and Barbecue says, it's good to see him appreciated. Absolute. Albert says, that's dedicated art. Blessings to the artist. Rashid says, good question, right? About Suleiman. Well, I'll explain it this way, Rashid and rest of the chat, viewers who are out there peeping through the blinds, those who will catch it on the replay. This wasn't a circus, huh? So you don't send in the clowns when it's not a circus atmosphere. You're welcome. J. Wayne Citizen out there saying, Return of the King. I don't want to think boxing deserves the champ, but of course he will get my 100% support 100% of the time. RBG is out there saying much respect. Volts UK is in the building saying salute to the Sensei Stormy B man, and Brown on Boxing has joined us saying salute Stormy B man. Salute to all of you. Smash the like button as you come in, people. Sometimes a person just need a little bit of time to regalvanize, to get themselves together. Champions find ways to rededicate and motivate themselves. I believe that's what he has taken with this time. And again, with people from up high and those down low expressing the same sentiment, that they love what he does, that they love him for who he is. That's enough for a champion to ride the waves of success going forward. When Riddick Bowe challenged Evander Holyfield for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, Bowe came out of that with a unanimous decision victory over Evander. And Evander had fought up to that point in the heavyweight division under the scrutiny of being a blown up cruiserweight. That's what they used to call him. And that because he didn't defeat Mike Tyson for the championship, he wasn't really legitimate yet, though he had had victories over the likes of Buster Douglas, George Foreman, and sorts. They just didn't want to give him the credit because he didn't win from Tyson. Well, Tyson had his own issues that prevented that from happening. But after his fight with Bowe, he garnered some respect because Riddick Bowe, a career heavyweight, 6'5", 80-inch reach, 240 pounds, 4 years, I believe, younger than Evander. Could fight on the inside like Evander, could box from the outside. Good jab. Great trainer in Eddie Futch in his corner. The battle that they fought in that first fight made people take note of Evander Holyfield's will, desire, resolve, resiliency. And that was the fight where people really began to respect him. And then when he came back in the rematch and defeated Bowe by outscoring Bowe and winning a decision, people said, you know what? This Holyfield guy is a real warrior, man. See, sometimes when someone is good, you don't take note of it because they make it look like a swan's dance. And if anybody understands what I mean when I say a swan's dance, that's when a swan going gracefully across the pond looks so quietly elegant. But underneath the water, in order to stay afloat, if you could see the swan's feet paddling like hell to keep it afloat, because if it were to stop, it would sink. When our fighters are at their best, sometimes they give that impression. The swan on the lake, until something stops them from pedaling. Deontay was a swan, albeit a violent one, gracefully going through the division, leaving victims in his wake. He had a road bump. Then he had a setback. Now it's time for him to come back from that and continue on to whatever his path will be in the sport. And people want to see. They want to see. Smash the like button, people, as you come into the building. We had a few more jump in. Flawless mentality out there. Dr. Mark, I see you, brother. Says salute to Stormy B Man, the sensei, and the gods and beautiful goddesses of the family. Khan Shanery says he must have done some soul searching and he decided he had unfinished business. Yet he defeated the guy who defeated Tyson. Buster was a full-fleshed heavyweight. Yes. William Old School Artist in the building. Appreciate you, William. Alex Santos out there saying salute, Stormy. Salute to you. Andrew Charles in the building. I see you, Andrew. Welcome. Dr. Mark says, a swan's dance. A great analogy, Sensei. I appreciate you, Dr. Mark. I understand that you know where I'm coming from. We have that connection, and I appreciate that as well. Yeah. The thing about a real warrior in a Spartan in the sport of boxing, even when they get old, the people almost bleed for them when they recognize the humanity, the mortality in them. They're respected. You know why? Because everyone who does this represents something that those who watch cannot. It's almost like you live vicariously through these warriors. You look at them and you say, man, I wish I could knock people's skull off like that. Huh? Or the excitement that is generated from it. The pulse pounding action, a guy being driven from pillar to post, being knocked down, having to get up. He's bloodied and fighting through it. What's keeping that guy on his feet? Can we see a rematch? That's what the sport does for you. And this is the type of thing that when you don't have many, you crave it. Salute to William out there in that super chat. He says, thanks for always keeping it real, Stormy. I appreciate you, William. Thank you for your super chat. You know that this is my thing. This is what I do. I do it my way. I don't care about what other people do. You understand? D-Ray Promotions in the building. I see you. Winston Lee has joined us, giving us the peace sign and the shots. Alex Santos says it's hella interesting how even his haters are saluting the man. Why now, though? It's this very same reason, Alex, that I spoke about the people who live vicariously through the fighters, the warriors. Some wish to be. Some enjoy the excitement of seeing. And then some just hate because that's what they do. And when they see you be humbled or be humanized, taken down a peg or so, as some would say, then they feel better about themselves Because, he isn't Superman. He isn't an immortal. But what he does makes him immortalized. Huh? Thus the statue. Yeah. And this is not a statue in mockery, as we have seen recently. It's a statue of respect and honor. See those two words? Honor, respect, honor. That doesn't pair with everyone in boxing, does it? Especially if you happen to be the ass of boxing. You're looking at the face of boxing in this clip right here. You're looking at it. You're looking at it. Because 9 times out of 10, when you go to see a live match, this right here that you see on this screen, that's what you go to see. That right there. I don't care if it's 2 flyweights. When that happens, you raise up out of your seat and you say, whoa, did you see that? Can't wait to see that guy again. Huh? Yeah. You don't go to see judges giving guys half of a fight that they're not winning. Huh? With inexplicable scorecards when you get to the end of things. It wasn't really that close. What fight were they watching? But when you got a guy that could do this, people tune in. And it don't matter what walk of life. It don't matter what side of the world, what continent, what country, huh? When this man comes back, Putin gonna be looking at him, huh? Yeah, I said it. 'Cause they all want to be that. Rashid Rourke says greatness can't be denied. That is true. But it can be watered down by knuckleheads that will always call someone or something great when they haven't researched what greatness really is. Greatness gets passed around like lifesavers now, huh? I would have said breath mints, but some of y'all ain't asked for none, and some of y'all ain't passed them out. So you stank breath, you know what I'm saying? You lifesavers, candy. Yeah, they pass it around like that. Greatness. The ass of boxing has been determined to be great, huh? Alex Santos says 100, Stormy. William is laughing. Rashid Rourke says peace, Dr. Mark. William also is saying that some of us love Wilder and others love to hate on Wilder. There's people out there hating on me right now, William. Hating. Who he think he is? He got a microphone. Who told him he can talk? Huh? But I got almost 60 thumbs up here, so somebody's enjoying what I have to say. Asante L says, what's good, Stormy B, man? Salute. Alex is saying, preach. JC in the building with those channel emojis. I appreciate you. And he's laughing it up. Gregory X back saying, greetings, brothers and sisters. Greetings to you, Gregory. Good to see you, bro. So we are going to be graced with the presence of the bronze bomber in the future. He shall return. That's pretty good. I look forward to it. Now, I'm not going to play matchmaker and say, oh, he should face this guy and that guy, and I want to see him fight XYZ. I want to see him be successful. I want to see him turn a corner from everything that he's had to go through to where he's currently going to be and have success in that. The only thing that I selfishly want for him is to continue to prove he's the best. That's it. Because the first go round, he convinced me. Even when I first saw him and I said, wow, that's a kind of crude fighter there. He's a little sloppy and, this and that. Because, me, the way I look at boxing, the fighters and everything, technical proficiency and all of that, that plays a huge role in what I assess when I'm looking at fighters. And though I saw it, it's no denying this man can hit with the hammer of God. Thor-like. His fists are like Mjolnir. Huh? There were some technical flaws that were there. But I'll tell you, the character, which means so much, not only in boxing, but in life. Character, strong character will take you to places that other people just cannot get to. Yes. And when I saw the Radio Raheem interview, that's when I had decided I like this guy. And after that Radio Raheem interview, I had said this to myself and a couple of people that I've talked to. I say this guy can win, lose, or draw going forward, but I'm going to support him because I could see the realness there. I could see the dedication. I could see what's not there in so many others. But there was something about that spoke. Ancestral stuff came through. And if I saw it, the PTB saw it as well. And that's when they began to set things up. Salute to Gregory X out there in that super chat. He says, boxing doesn't deserve Deontay Wilder. And Gregory X, they don't deserve boxing fans like us. They don't. Because we're here rain or shine. Huh? Whether they've kicked us like the rocks that Bob Arum has called us, or whether they have graced us with classics. But this man returning to the ring is going to show them all what the difference is. And that's some pretty damn good stuff right there. it is. That's what you ask for. And he's one of the few that will deliver. Absolutely. Khan says that's what the fans came to see in the heavyweight division. Knockout power, and Deontay has that in spades. William says exactly what I said to myself, Stormy. Wilder was lacking skills, but had a nuclear missile right hand. I love his story, especially with his daughter. Mansa Musa is in the building saying, salute Sensei 100, salute to you. Asante says exactly. That's true too. Drew Titan, LLC, out there in that super chat saying, listening to this slow cook while at work. Thank you for this. Well, you know, Drew Titan, I do what I do, man, in my little way, but I can make sense of it all. Huh? And I appreciate your kind words, brother. B. Brown is out there saying, yeah, my day off, I can listen to Stormy B with the grandkids running around. Much respect to the channel. I appreciate that. You know, there's that old saying, you don't miss your water till the well runs dry. Yeah, Stormy is old and he got 1 million of them, right? And I share them from time to time with you, whether you like them or not. You're going to hear them over here. Because I'm getting up there. Huh? With the grace of God, I'll continue. But you're going to hear them because they're worthy of being passed on. You don't miss your water till the well runs dry. Huh? Meaning sometimes you'll spit in it and put your stanky toe in it and all of that. But when it ain't no more, you be, oh, I'm thirsty. Huh? Yeah. When this man was out there and you didn't know what was coming, you didn't know if he was going to return, it was looking like he may not. I heard y'all crying. The recent Dillian White performance of maximum minimalism, that right there showed you where the heavyweight division is, huh? The first fight that took place between Alexander Usyk challenging Anthony Joshua for all of those other trinkets, huh? How'd that work out? Sad state of affairs, huh? The Joe Joyces and Dubois and Hunters, huh? Hergovics and all of these other guys who are tricks, they don't know what they're doing. They don't. They're just milling about, you know, bumping into each other. Nobody wants to get in the ring with the other and everything. But I'll tell you one thing. This man ain't got no trouble getting in the ring with anybody. And you know what he can do to them all, huh? And for those who are saying, well, you know, Deontay is getting up there, huh? He's 36 years old, you know, soon to be 37. He's kind of aging. You know, fighters, you know, they go downhill when they get to like 37, 35, 36, 37. You know, the window is closing. The man started at the age of 20. And since a great number of his matches ended before the final bell, he ain't taking a lot of punishment. Yeah, I mean, he had in his trilogy, he had some rough spots, but you're talking about 2 fights out of almost 50, huh? Yeah. So not only is there still plenty left in the tank, I'm afraiding you a little bit with this statement I'm about to make here. So I want y'all to pull up a chair and get close to the microphone while I say this to you, huh? He is aging. He's getting older. And a lot of people say some heavyweights are late bloomers. Lennox Lewis was a late bloomer. Huh? You don't think about that, do you? Yes, he was an Olympic gold medalist. Yes, he won a WBC title, well, was awarded one early in his career. But later in his career, after getting with Emanuel Stewart and polishing up on some skills, he learned how to reign as a champion. Experience is invaluable, people. But check this out. As I said, pull your chair a little closer as I say this to you, because I'm going to knock you out with this one like a Deontay right hand. Salute to our brother Gregory X out there in that super chat. He says, boxing also taught us that even with the eraser, the criminals in charge have the ability to introduce 15 and 17-second counts to cheat and grab the belt. Let them have their belts/trinkets. Hello, Black Boxing Association. Man, that's a hell of a super chat right there, donation statement. Gregory X, much appreciated for that. And you're right. Oh, and let me acknowledge the brother Teron, who sent me a PayPal donation, which it doesn't show up on the chime, from Friday night's show. I'm sorry that I didn't see it, but the brother gave a very nice donation to the channel from Friday night show. So Teron, if you're out there, brother, I know you got a different name on the channel in the chat, but I just want to say thank you so much for that wonderful donation, man. And I didn't get a chance to acknowledge it while on live. So much again appreciated for that. But let me finish this statement that I got you guys hanging on to. And smash the like button while I spread this knowledge, huh? So Deontay is an aging fighter. He doesn't have a lot of miles because he didn't have a real extensive amateur career. He hasn't taken a lot of punishment in the ring. A lot of his fights have ended inside the distance. But the scary thing, my people, he always comes in shape. Always. He may have come in a little heavier than he should over the course of a couple of fights, but we understand what that was all about. But he has to fight at his optimum and do what he does best. But this is what I was going to drop on you. Are you ready? A fighter's punching power is the last thing to go. Did you hear me clearly? A fighter's punching power is the last thing to go. Yeah. Yeah. And you're talking about someone who is now being considered the, if not one of the hardest punchers in heavyweight history. You're welcome. Did you hear me, people? Did you hear me? Once you wrap your mind around sorry about that, people. That was me. I did that by mistake. But we're back. I want to say salute to Chris Chandler in that super chat. Chris says, showing my appreciation, new to the channel, but I have witnessed you speak on other channels and it is always informative. I always learn something new. Hey man, welcome to the channel, Chris. I appreciate you and thank you for your donation to the channel, man. And we hope that you continue to enjoy your experience here, Stormy B Man's channel. Yeah, it happens. That little bit of it happens from time to time. Sometimes it's because of something that I've uploaded or whatever. You know, I changed that photo on the screen and it did that little buffer or whatever. So I apologize for that. That was my bad, as they say. But thanks again, Chris, and welcome to the channel, bro. Let's see what else we got here. Jason, here he's saying, oh, I think you're back. And I appreciate you guys' comments too. I know I was cooking for a moment there and I didn't get a chance to watch everything that was being said, but I am paying attention. Con Shonery says Tyson might be fighting another exhibition and no one discounts Mike's power even at the age of 55. Yeah, but Mike should stay out the ring, you know, because every bit is what he's able to do with his power and everything. Mike has used and abused a lot of drugs in his life and his career. His heart could be in jeopardy. You know, it's like the ticker gives out, man. It can only take so much. Going back to a question that was earlier in the chat, David Scott III says, Stormy B Man, who do you think he should fight first? That's a good question. I don't care. See, now that he's made the decision that he wants to come back, he might be like Earl Spence and say, hey, I want to jump right in there with one of the top guys. Or he might take a different route. I don't know. Don't really care about that at this time. I'm just glad to know that he's made a decision that he's comfortable with. And I'm ready to see lights, camera, action, baby. And he deserves whatever he chooses to do. He deserves it, you know? William, your boy AJ got to get past Usyk first. And since he says he's going into that with a game plan, we have to see what type of magic he's going to work. Because he's going to need a little juju. Because I don't think that Usyk's going to give that up easily. Huh? Yeah. You know, I have my way of saying things, man. And to some of the fighters that's listening out there might get mad. You know what? Prove me wrong. I say that all the time. You can go in there and say, this one is for Stormy B, man, for what he said about me. But if you hit me, you know, I'm old now. I'm close to senior citizen level. So I'm suing and you're going to jail for a long time. ARRP is in my wallet. You understand? So just know that. William is laughing. Jason Williams says, has AJ accepted the Usyk fight? Man, let me tell you something. Eddie Hearn gonna put AJ in there whether AJ want to get in there or not. You know how you try, if you ever seen somebody try to put a cat in a bathtub of water, that's AJ trying to get out of the Usyk fight. But he don't have no choice because AJ is signed to a lifetime and I think the afterlife time contract with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. So AJ got work to do, man. He got to get his ass back in there, huh? Because them Hearns ain't playing with him, huh? He got to pay for that little remark he made a few years ago about, you know, when he said that the black athlete, you know, and this and that, what he said. I'm not going to repeat it, but they're going to make sure that he don't repeat it and that he pay for it. That's right. Conshonery says, I've always said AJ gets knocked out by Wilder. Speaking of Mike, he recently said that Deontay would clip AJ easily because he telegraphs and is physically slower than Wilder. JC is cracking up laughing. William says, that might actually work out perfectly, Stormy B, man. AJ fights Usyk, gives Wilder a chance to train, and they can fight after Usyk. Conshonery says, either way, I think Wilder would give any of the current heavyweights trouble. The most difficult would be Usyk in my mind. And Jason Williams put them emojis up about the cat in the bathtub. Yeah, buddy. Woo, William is laughing too. I always give you something to say, to think about and be cracking up there, William. Yes, sir. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I remember when BFTB called AJ a couple years ago, Pup Pup. Man, that was so funny to me at the time. Every time I heard him say that, I would fall out laughing, calling AJ Pup Pup, because he said, you know, remember them dogs that have been like beaten and stuff, and they sit in the corner and they be shaking? He was saying that was AJ. Oh man, I can't help it, bro. I can't help it. I love my brothers out there. They be making these stuff. I be laughing, man. That's why sometimes I'll be popping up in the chat just saying funny stuff, because everybody got their thing they do, man. And I love all of it. I love all of it, man. JC cracking up too. I'm telling you. But hey, man, I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I know we got some brothers coming up, and I know Knockout Boxing is doing a special dedication this evening for our brother, the dearly departed recently, John Page, and Papa Russell, who passed away also. You know, go on over there to Knockout and show some love and support there, because he's giving a special stream on that this evening. But I just wanted to come on and say my little thing in regards to Deontay announcing, along with his ceremony for statue unveiling, that he has decided to resume his career. Many people are excited about that and look forward to seeing his return in the ring. And we'll see who the next opponent will be for him and what lies ahead. So I tell you, man, we'll see what happens. And there are others who they're gonna do their part in matchmaking and all of that, but I don't care about the matchmaking as much as I just want to be able to see him come back and do his thing. You know, come back, do his thing, show what he does best, and entertain us the way we enjoy being entertained. You know? But yeah, we're going to get on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. If you didn't smash the like button on your way in, please do so on the way out. For those who, you know, catch this on replay or come in at the end, whatever, you know, just hit the like button. Show a little love and support for the channel and the show. For everybody that gave a donation this evening, thank you for the super chats. You know, the channel is slowly growing and we're seeing a lot of positive things take place. And I just want to continue to try to bring you the guys, you know, quality content. So just know I'll be back tomorrow night. Got the Kung Fu Film Focus, Once Upon a Time in China Part 2. So for those of you who are Kung Fu heads like Stormy himself, you'll be able to tune in 8 p.m. Central. Once Upon a Time in China, Part 2, the review. Okay? Kung Fu Film Focus. So peace to everyone out there. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And we up.